Chris, I just found out someone at Real Deal is a dyslexic owl.
How? Gobble gobble, everyone, and welcome back to The Real Deal, Ball State's premier entertainment news network. I'm your host, Chris. I was definitely not a dyslexic owl.
Don't you mean who is definitely not a dyslexic owl?
On.
Okay then. I'm the other host, Jeremiah, and gobble gobble indeed, Chris. Do you have any plans for Thanksgiving?
Yes, I do, Jeremiah. I'm actually super excited for the turkey season. In fact, I've already done the wishbone thing with one of my buddies during our annual Friendsgiving, and I won.
Oh cool, what'd you wish for?
Well, I'll be honest, it was a little epic. When we snapped the bone in two, the spirit of Robin Williams appeared before me and explained that I now had one wish to get nearly anything I wanted.
Nearly.
Yeah, he had 3 rules for me to follow. No wishing for death, no wishing for love, and no bringing people back from the dead.
Okay, so what did you wish for?
Okay, so it was quite the moral dilemma. You get that kind of power, you should probably wish for something that benefits everybody. World peace, cure for cancer, me getting $1 million.
How would that benefit everyone?
But at the same time, I was hungry and I wanted a ham and cheese sandwich.
So what did you end up wishing for?
I want lunch. I think we should cut to the first segment.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to my first ever segment on Ball State's premier entertainment news show, in a long time. Today, I'll be discussing the long-awaited Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight. After a very long delay, we finally got the chance to see these two battle out in the ring last Friday. At least some of us got to see it. The majority of us had to settle for that little red Netflix spinny circle thing that said 99% in the middle, over and over again. But if somehow you did manage to get past Netflix's crappy service, you really weren't treated to that much better of a show. It mostly consisted of the two walking around the ring for about 20 minutes. Tyson started out strong, but faded very early on, which led to Jake taking control of the remainder of the match. Ultimately, it all ended with Jake Paul beating a senior citizen who trains with his cheeks out. After winning, Jake Paul then proceeds to celebrate by mewing. Now the big question on everyone's minds, was this fight scripted? Personally, I don't think so. The match was way too boring to be scripted. If the match was scripted, we would have at least gotten to see Tyson conserve his energy over the whole fight instead of just the first 2 rounds. So my review of the fight was that it was really boring and kind of a waste of time. But the women's fight between Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano was amazing. A bloodbath, if you will. Jake and Tyson didn't even draw blood, and Serrano's damn eye nearly came off. In conclusion, the fight was lame and borderline elder abuse, and the women's fight was awesome. So you should definitely check it out if you missed it.
So Chris, did you enjoy your lunch?
Oh, I enjoyed it so much. I've been pre-gaming for the Thanksgiving feast since the beginning of the month.
Do you have a favorite? Personally, I've always been partial to sushi on Thanksgiving.
Not sure what that's about, but for me, it's so challenging to figure out which of the ones I love to eat the most. Slow roasted turkey, mashed potatoes, green bean casserole, corn bread, Toblerone, raglong, gonorrhea, more corn on the cob.
Are you even speaking English anymore?
Corn. Yes, I am. Also, how dare you say that to me? These are foods for an authentic Italian-American Thanksgiving.
Yeah, right. Next you're going to tell me that you eat lasagna like a freaking heathen.
First off, it's pronounced lasagna. And secondly, yes, my family does have lasagna on Thanksgiving.
Oh my god. You are a heathen.
Hey, at least I don't eat sushi. What are you, a weeb?
Yes. This is like a known fact. I don't try to hide it. In my first episode, I said I had a Hatsune Miku body pillow. And not only 2 episodes ago, I said uwu, semicolon 3. Of course I'm a weeb.
You know what? I'm not arguing with you on this one. Just cut to the next segment.
And while you watch it, I'd like our viewers to remember that the Italians were on the Axis side during World War II.
Hey.
Hello, everybody. Today I'm Milo,
And I'm Isaac.
yeah, and sure, I had something written out, but I thought I should do something even more fun. We're gonna play 3 rounds of rock, paper, scissors and see who wins.
Okay.
Yeah? Okay.
Rock,
Paper, scissors, shoot. Yes, okay.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh my God.
Yes, yes. Okay.
You want to play again?
Wait, 3 rounds. What does 3 rounds mean?
Oh, so that was 1 round?
No, that was 2 rounds.
That was 2 rounds.
Yeah, 2 rounds.
Okay.
Okay. Last one, okay?
But you already won.
3 rounds of rock, paper, scissors.
But you already won.
No, 1, 2.
You won the first 2.
Yeah, so there's a third one.
We don't need to play a third one. You already
The
won.
third one gives you a chance. Play the third
Okay,
round.
so if I get this third one, do I win?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh my god.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Let's go. I
That's
win.
not fair! I'm out. I quit.
Okay, you know, Japan wasn't exactly free of sin either during the 40s. In fact, you can make a sizable argument that they were actually worse than Germany. If anything, they were definitely worse than Italy.
Yeah, but Japan has so much more to offer the world. Samurais, sushi. You're a big fan of that one Japanese comic, Judo Kaisen.
It's called Jujutsu Kaisen. And if you want to argue who has the better culture, Italy has given us so much cool stuff. Even more than Japan. You like samurai? I raise you the centurion. You like sushi? We invented pizza. You like anime? Okay, you know, I don't really have anything to combat that specifically, but Pinocchio takes place in Italy. And so does that other Disney movie with, you know, the gender-bent Ariel.
Luca?
I don't know. I didn't see it.
Of course you didn't. You were busy watching anime, and you know why? Because Japan is better than Italy.
No. I will not tolerate this slander, okay? Italy is so much better. Like, take mythology. I can name so many Roman, aka Italian gods. I bet you can't name 20 Japanese deities.
Amaterasu, Izanagi, Hachiman, Abisu, Rajan, Sususanu, Tsukuyomi no Mikoto, Inari Okami, Benzaiten Fujin, Ame no Yuzume, Daikokutamen, Ninigami no Mikoto, Susanuzo no Mikoto, Bishamoten, Budai, Izanami, Kakuchusi, Waku Masubi, and Kanen.
Name 6 more.
Rujin, Sujin, Jajorin, Fukash, Kokuju, Hodori, and Hotai.
Name 5 more.
Jizo, Kukajuin, Athena, Zeus, Poseidon, and Hermes. And if you think if I pronounce any of those incorrectly, you're wrong. You're wrong.
God damn it. All right, just cut to the last segment.
What's poppin', fam dogs? We are so back, and this time with some more random historical facts that I'm going to rant to you about. And this time, we're going way further back in time than I ever had before. Not to the early 1900s to talk about a random valley in Canada, or to the 1500s to talk about the Spanish Inquisition's various attempts at draining a lake in Colombia. No. We are going back 243 million years to the late Jurassic period to talk about that random time in history that it rained for 2 million years straight. That's right, the Carnian pluvial event changed the entire planet, hopefully to the shock of absolutely no one. Back then, the world was Pangea, a massive supercontinent composed of all the ones that we currently have, and it was basically just a giant desert. To give you some perspective, Africa was entirely landlocked, and because of that, a bunch of super mountain ranges, rain barely ever reached the interior of the supercontinent. The temperature was 50 degrees warmer than today, and the oceans were 117 degrees. I'm using Fahrenheit, of course, because God forbid we use anything but the imperial system in the land of the free. But then everything changed when a bunch of super volcanoes blew up in modern-day Alaska and British Columbia, putting a bunch of carbon dioxide into the air, creating a massive amount of humidity that led to some rain. Well, not some rain, but a lot of rain. Like, a lot of rain. Like, who cares about it raining for 40 days and 40 nights? Dinosaurs had that times a very large number. I can't math very well. Anyway, that's all I have today, so back to our show.
How in the hell do you know so many Japanese deities?
Because I'm cultured.
Okay, like, I don't even think there are that many Roman deities.
Well, a majority of deities originated in ancient Mesopotamia in hunter-gatherer bands, which originally followed totemism, an ancient practice of associating a plant or animal with the tribe, believing that they were imbued with the same attributes of said plant or animal. So in a way, all deities are stolen from our ancient ancestors.
Okay, well, if you want to go that route, Japan stole Buddhism from China.
Actually, Buddhism was originated in northeastern region of India in what is now modern-day Nepal.
What? How? Why do you know all this?
I told you, Chris.
Don't say it.
It's because I'm cultured.
You're a bitch.
And you, my Italian-American lover of Thanksgiving, who may possibly just be a dyslexic owl in disguise, are an uncultured swine.
Season's greetings, everyone. So, we are filming the Thanksgiving episode today, and I thought, what better time to talk about my favorite Thanksgiving movie ever, Rocky? Yeah, that's right. I know what I said, and I stand by it. I'm going to convince you all that Rocky 1 is a Thanksgiving movie. Now, before you argue against me, I know it's technically not a Thanksgiving movie, per se, but other people claim Die Hard is a Christmas movie, so let me have my fun. First off, let's quickly discuss the setting, okay? Rocky takes place from November 25th, 1975 to January 1st, 1976. So yes, a lot of holidays fall under the Rocky 1 time frame, but the only one that matters is Thanksgiving. It's a huge part of the movie that Rocky is trying to convince Adrian to go on a date with him. And when she finally does, wouldn't you know, it's Thanksgiving. Have I said Thanksgiving enough yet? No. Any hoosers. The rest of the movie happens and moves on from date night, so it's no longer Thanksgiving. But I'd like to argue that the spirit of the holiday lives on through the messages and themes of Rocky. On the surface, Rocky is about a lowly boxer who is given a big opportunity and goes the distance. However, if you look just a little deeper, you might come to realize that the movie is actually a perfect encapsulation of the meaning of Thanksgiving. Rocky learns to appreciate and be thankful for the ones he has in his life, and he is careful not to waste the opportunities placed in front of him. He is hopeful to win against Apollo, but is also appreciative of his loss, taking pride in going the distance, along with the personal victory of love. Do I need to say more? I think I'm good. So, yeah, it's confirmed. Rocky 1 is a Thanksgiving holiday movie. And with that revelation, I bid you all adieu, wish you all a happy Thanksgiving. Make sure to eat plenty and enjoy the company around you. Be grateful for the things you have and be hopeful for the things you aspire to do in the future. And yeah, it's all from me. Bye-bye now.
Back on the subject of ancient gods, totemism really was the start of ancient religion. Hunter-gatherer bands would perform a dance in the likeness of the animal they were hunting in order to have a better understanding of its movement patterns, thus making them better hunters of said animal. However, as one generation passes this tradition down to the youth, its purpose is slowly forgotten and replaced with the idea that performing the dancing rite imbues the hunters with good fortune in hunting without knowing why. The fact that makes this important to know is that hunters that perform this rite would in fact be better hunters than those who wouldn't perform, regardless of why they danced. This means that there is, whether it be through placebo or some unknown factor, that by doing something with belief, one may actually invoke the desired effect. Keep that in mind when practicing your own spells. This has been Jeremiah Envoy, learning you a thing or two about Neolithic hunter-gatherer religion, and I'll be seeing you next time. Thank you so much for watching our latest episode by fellow gobblers. We here at The Real Deal hope everyone has a spectacular Thanksgiving break.
If you'd like to see more from The Real Deal, then make sure to follow us on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. In the meantime, I'm your host, Chris.
And I'm Jeremiah. Hey Chris, do you think they ever caught that dyslexic owl?
Pone.
Unrelated, how many licks do you think it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop?
It's not me, Jeremiah.